Alright, hello and welcome to another video on Floppy Dugong's channel. It's me, Floppy Dugong. It's nice to meet you guys. Today, I'm going to be discussing the health of the Great Barrier Reef. If you didn't know, recently the Great Barrier Reef was evaluated for its water quality. And that evaluation was a very poor water quality. That's not good, considering the fact that this is a World Heritage listed site. It brings in a bunch of money from tourism. It has a lot of fishing industries around it. And yeah, it's just an awesome place to be at visually. It's very nice under the water and on top of the water, I guess. But yes, it got an overall D grade in water quality. First time for a long-term report. So let's talk about that. Roll that intro. For the first time, the Great Barrier Reef received a long-term report of very poor water quality. This was decided from a team of experts utilizing over 1,000 scientific reports from the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority. Since 2016, the health of the reef from top to bottom has been in sporadic declines of coral health, water quality and pollution. The Australian Marine Conservation Society basically issued a report of the overall water quality of inshore regions of the Great Barrier Reef. Now the Fitzroy, Mackay and Whitsundays gained an overall D grade report, while Birdkin and the Burnett Mary rivers gained overall C grade water quality reports, with Cape York only getting B grade. Basically, in Cape York, the water quality neither increased nor decreased. It basically maintained, or it hasn't increased or decreased in several years, is probably the better way to explain that. Experts have stated that agriculture and climate change are the two main culprits to the declining water quality of the Great Barrier Reef inshore regions. Basically stating that the adaptation of land management is way too slow at the moment and needs to be increased. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Zach, water quality is quite bad. Okay, you've explained that. What is the issue here? How is this happening? Well, let me tell you that land-based runoff from agriculture has been noted to be one of the main major regions for water quality decline across the Great Barrier Reef. The reef receives 424,000 square kilometres of water from 35 different catchments along the Queensland's coast. Each one of these catchments experiences runoff from intensive farmland. The runoff then enters into the reef, disrupting stability of the environment from excess nutrient input. Climate change. Undoubtedly the biggest, well actually, I shouldn't say climate change. Human-induced climate change is undoubtedly the biggest threat to the Great Barrier Reef as of this moment. Recently, concentrations of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere have reached record levels since 800,000 years ago. The amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has increased global temperatures by 1 degree Celsius, ultimately increasing sea surface temperatures worldwide, ultimately affecting every single aquatic organism in the oceanic environment. To put that into perspective, there were two major bleaching events that occurred along the Great Barrier Reef in 2016 and 2017 respectively. There was also another one in 2018, but that one was a little bit more controlled. But you're probably wondering, but Zach, climate change is a natural process. You know, it's all natural. That's where you're wrong. Climate change itself is natural. Human-induced climate change is not natural. It's in the name. Let me tell you something. Bleaching has been occurring and increasing since the 1980s, where temperatures increased by 0.5 degrees Celsius. That's a lot. In fact, this has been occurring over 4 decades. 40 years, come on guys, we can do better than that. In fact, research shows that human-induced climate change has increased bleaching events? What? Bleaching events and the severity of these events by 5-fold. Now these changes in nutrient levels and increases in ocean temperatures or sea surface temperatures has some major effects on the animals in the environment. As spoken in my previous video, increased nutrient input increases the amount of algal blooms or algae in the water because they have that excess phosphorus and nitrogen. This not only increases algal blooms suffocating the water, it also can increase sedimentation or the amount of floating particles, decreasing light penetration through the water, affecting coral growth. Essentially, think of it like a blanket of dirt. Think of it like that. High nutrient loads have also been connected to the booming of the crown of thorns starfish, essentially a pest along coral reefs. If not kept under control, they can essentially wipe out an entire reef by eating the coral. Not good. Decrease in water quality, high sedimentation, increased nutrients, and overall global temperature increase is a recipe for disaster. This not only affects sedentary creatures, such as corals, this affects every single aquatic organism. Once you disrupt one cycle, you disrupt every cycle. Humans also suffer from the decline or the affected health of the Great Barrier Reef. The socio-economic decline from a dying World Heritage listed site would be astronomical. Fisheries industries would go bankrupt. Income from tourism would decline phenomenally. Food for indigenous tribes would collapse. Need I say more? The list goes on. Hurt the reef, hurt every single organism on this planet, including us. We gotta fix this. Okay, so what are the solutions? Well, research is going into the resilience building of the reef by reseeding corals out into the environment and genetically cherry picking certain heat resistant strains of coral species. And what they want to do is put this notion or this scientific theory into practice, and it basically, I guess you could say, essentially increase the tolerance of the reef environment to the rising sea surface temperatures and hopefully rekindle what we have lost. There has been collaboration across experts from 5 World Heritage listed sites worldwide to basically create this reef resilience in protecting keystone species as well as endangered species along the Great Barrier Reef to hopefully rebuild the ecosystem. Overall, the Great Barrier Reef is in a bit of a pickle, which is not good, considering the fact that it houses roughly over 2,500 individual coral species, 1,500 fish species, roughly 400 different corals, and I'd probably say around 250 bird species. We are a creature of invention. We invent things to protect ourselves, to further ourselves for the future. What we're doing is inventing our way into destruction. If we destroy the environment and continue to do so, we will go extinct as a species. We need to fix what we've broken. Simple.
Simples.
I hope you liked that video. Make sure you educate, don't eradicate. Subscribe down below. Truly means a lot, helps me out. Share it around as well. It gets people interested. I want to educate you guys. I want to teach you guys about what's happening to the environment. If I can inspire you, one of you, all of you, that's all that matters. That's all I want to get out of this. I just want to see you guys interested in what's happening to the environment and how we can, as a species, fix it, because we can. I definitely believe we can. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Make sure you check out CLASP and yeah, enjoy yourselves. Catch you later.